So welcome back to DC Silver Age Storytime, and this is The Day Super Horse Became Human, Part 2. But soon afterwards in the nearby hills, look, Marshal, it's the hooded demon. He's on his devil horse, but I don't see the mail sack with the money. He must have cached it in a nearby hideout. Open fire, men. Stop them at all costs. Got them. That proves that critter isn't Super Horse. I hit him with a bullet. As a delayed effect of Circe's brew, Super Horse is now losing his superpowers. But straining mightily, the wounded steed leaps to his feet, his rider astride him, and, "Come on, devil horse, faster. Got to get back to the hideout pronto. Pain in my shoulder. Strange, I don't recall ever having that sensation. Soon in the cavern, the criminal changes. Got to find a doctor, but I can't ride devil horse now that he's lost his powers and got wounded. I'll switch clothes and escape on foot with my loot." But moments after the evildoer leaves, a weird change is coming over me, and my mind is clearing. I've become a human, but that only happens for a temporary time whenever I'm in range of a comet like Halley's. Wait a minute, I remember. With a sudden transmutation, memory returns. Circe's magic made me human, but while I was still Super Horse, I helped the hooded demon commit a crime and was wounded. I'd better don the demon's costume and look for someone to patch up my wound. Soon in a nearby forest, a cabin. Maybe the owner can bandage my wounded shoulder. Luckily, the owner is a forest ranger, trained in first aid. But so you were wounded by a careless hunter. Lucky it's just a flesh wound. Uh-oh. Wonder who those riders are. It's the posse. They're hunting for the hooded demon, and I'm wearing his clothes. Moments later, you say you're searching for a wounded criminal who's wearing a blue costume. I think I got him inside. They think I'm the train robber. They'll never believe my story. I'll slip out the back window. The ranger's horse was tethered behind the cabin. I'll borrow him to make my getaway. What irony. The man who was once the mighty super stallion must ride a horse to make his escape. While fleeing, the fugitive pauses momentarily near a bubbling oil pool. I just remembered my super cape, which was loosened by the oil gusher I created. I may need it in the future. I'll hide it in the saddlebag and cleanse it with fire the first chance I get. Later, miles away, they'll be hunting a rider on a white horse. I'll leave him here and continue on foot. This log will keep him fenced in that box canyon in case I need him again. But on a nearby mountain trail, it's Supergirl in her Linda Lee Danvers identity. She's with a group of students from Midvale. I remember now. She said she expected to be in the Oil City area on a sightseeing trip. That ledge is crumbling. I must save Linda before she's forced to reveal herself as Supergirl. The rope on Dick Malvern's shoulder is just what I need. In the next instant, "Eek, Linda!" I thought I'd have to use my superpowers to save myself, but that lasso came out of nowhere and stopped my fall. Thank heavens. As Linda Hall is hauled to safety, "Glad I was able to help you, miss. I'm Bronco Bill Starr. That's the name I used last time I was a human." Bronco Bill? I met him once before as Supergirl, but if I reveal that, I'll expose my secret identity. You saved my life. I'd like to thank you with a kiss. Bronco Bill's reward revives old memories. He doesn't know it, but I kissed him that time we met too. How I love her. Wonder what she'd say if I told her I remember her kissing me once before in her Supergirl identity. These mountain trails are dangerous. Could you use me as a guide? As Super Horse, I roamed this area when I first came to Earth. The guide we hired took sick, so the job is yours, Bill. He's so ruggedly handsome. Later, Linda finds herself even more attracted to the handsome guide. This bear cub is caught in the quicksand. I'll save him. He's so courageous. He has my heart doing flip-flops. The next day, when Linda thinks she's alone, I can't get Bill off my mind. I guess I'm falling for him. She's using her heat vision to carve that heart. Then she does care for me. I'll tell her how I feel the first chance I get. Soon afterward, at a famous landmark, "Linda, they say that whenever true sweethearts pass beneath Lovers' Falls, a rainbow forms in the west. I watched a dozen tourist couples pass under, and no sign of a rainbow. It must be a silly superstition, but let's try it for kicks." At the foot of the falls, Linda uses her heat vision to refract the molecules in the air and create an artificial rainbow. "Bill, look, you know what that means. It means we love each other, darling." How sweet. I'll bet she made that rainbow with her heat vision to show me how much she cares. And so, inevitably, is this the real thing at last? Will this be the man I marry? Circe predicted I would regret becoming immortal. How wrong she was. Now I have the girl I adore. To tell her who I am as soon as I can work up, or I'll tell her who I am as soon as I can work up the courage. But that afternoon, as Bill scouts a mountain trail, the posse, they're scouring the mountains for me. They think I'm the hooded demon. How can I explain it all to Linda? That first I was a centaur, then a super horse, then a man. She'd never believe that wild story. Why wouldn't she? I think she would. I'd better escape while I can. Hastening to the canyon, Bill remounts the borrowed horse. Why wouldn't she? I mean, only he could possibly know the details of their story. Anyway, there's only one way out of this fix. I must find the real hooded demon. Without him as a witness, I'll never convince the world that I'm not a criminal. Presently, as the posse meets Linda and her friends, this hooded demon is said to use magic powers and a devil horse to commit his crimes. He's dressed in blue and has blonde hair. We'll watch out for him. Blue shirt and blonde hair. That couldn't be Bronco Bill. And yet Bill vanished before the posse arrived. In an isolated spot, Linda switches to Supergirl and tracks down the fugitive with her telescopic vision. No use running. I know you're the hooded demon. And that devil horse you're riding looks a lot like my super horse. Have you got him under a spell? Supergirl, I'm not the demon, and this isn't Superhorse, believe me. But at that moment, Supergirl spots a clue. That's Superhorse's cape sticking out of your saddlebag. Then you do have magic powers, and you use them to gain control of him. I'm going to turn you over to the posse. No, please, believe me, I'm innocent. Just then they pass the site of the gusher, and, oh, suddenly I feel so weak. The hooded demon must have used a spell to weaken my powers. She's down. Something's affected her superpowers. This is my chance to get away, and soon. What irony. I wanted to be a human, now I'm a fugitive from justice. And even the one I love is hunting me. Circe was right. How I regret becoming immortal. Meanwhile, in the past, Circe is watching. Circe, help me. Help me in my need. I warned him, but he wouldn't listen. However, he is my friend. 2 drops of this magic potion will transform him into Superhorse again. And in the distant future, an incredible change takes place. My face, it's lengthening. Somehow Circe is changing me back to Superhorse. I'll remove the rest of my costume and put on my super cape before my arms vanish. And soon, now I'm Comet the Superhorse again. Circe, wherever you are, thank you. Now I can go back to Supergirl. She may need me. Instants later. Oh, Superhorse, I was afraid something evil had happened to you. But thank heavens I was wrong. Help me. I'm being poisoned by some green kryptonite in that pool of oil. That kryptonite must have been hurled up from the earth by the gusher I created. I'll save her. A super kick and good work, Comet. Now you can help me hunt down a dangerous criminal I'm after. The hooded demon. But as the super pair heads down the trail, Supergirl, if it's the hooded demon you're after, forget it. We caught him with the train loot, and he confessed. Then Bronco Bill was innocent, and I accused him wrongly. How could I have been so blind? Later, the tearful girl confides in her friend. Oh, Comet, Bronco Bill was so handsome, so noble. Why didn't I trust him? Now I'll probably never see him again. Fate plays strange tricks, Supergirl. Who knows? Someday you may meet this Bronco Bill once more.